A historic venue rich with legendary tales of sports feats paved a new road by hosting the Cup Series clash for the last 3 years. But before they hit the asphalt, its tight turns beckon a new set of NASCAR elites. The drivers of the NASCAR Mexico Series reunite with Daniel Suarez and take the stage at the LA Memorial Coliseum for the first time ever.
Get the power and respect. Get the power.
Who will start today and what drama lies ahead?
Let's go.
Esto es la serie NASCAR México en Los Ángeles.
Greetings from the LA Coliseum, one of the great sports venues in all of the world. In the fall, home to USC football, but this weekend hosting NASCAR. And next up, the stars of the NASCAR Mexico Series, racing in the United States for the first time in 9 years. Welcome in, everybody, with two-time Daytona 500 champion Michael Waltrip. I'm Adam Alexander. Kind of like the Cup cars that raced earlier tonight on FS1. We expect a lot of rain in Southern California tomorrow. So the NASCAR Mexico Series has moved up to tonight. When you look at these cars and these drivers, what an opportunity to compete here at the LA Coliseum.
I mean, I know they've been looking forward to this for months. And speeding up today is good news for the drivers. They're like, yes, let's get after it. And what action we're going to see on this beautiful speedway, the LA Coliseum. I mean, it's a place everybody wants to win, and to be able to have that chance to come up from Mexico and get it done here in LA, it's a big deal for these racers.
And one of their biggest stars all time is in the field tonight, Daniel Suarez. You and I know him. We spent a lot of time with him the last couple of days. His passion and enthusiasm for this race, over the top, Michael.
And if you don't feel it when you talk to Daniel, then something's wrong with you. You can just tell how much it means to him. Not only to go win the race, go be in the race against kids that looked up to him and admired what he's able to accomplish in NASCAR from Mexico, but he wants to beat them, and they want to beat him just as badly. You know, it's like the equivalent of Richard Petty going down and running the Xfinity Series, or any of the big racers doing different racing. That's what these drivers are looking at with Daniel.
So let's take a look at how the field was set and how the lineup has come together. You got the top 18 in points from a season ago that will compete tonight. 2 championship provisionals. Rahina Servant in via the fan vote, and Daniel Suarez back to his roots. It's where it all began, the NASCAR Mexico Series.
If it wasn't for the NASCAR Mexico Series, I wouldn't be here today. Plain and simple. Before NASCAR, I was racing go-karts, I was racing road course series in Mexico. When I decided to follow my career into ovals, NASCAR Mexico Series was the option. The best drivers, the best sponsors, the best teams were all together in this series. You know, the goal was to get there, and eventually, obviously, things worked out well, and I ended up coming to the United States. So to have the NASCAR Mexico Series in my country, it was a life changer for myself.
And Clash Weekend will have the NASCAR Mexico Series.
Suarez is a product of NASCAR Mexico Series, where he won Rookie of the Year.
I'm definitely very excited because for the NASCAR Mexico Series, coming all the way to Los Angeles and race the same weekend, the same day actually, than the Cup Series is a very big deal. If they win the race in LA, they're going to win the race in front of NASCAR, every single big sponsor, the diversity program. Like, to win a race in LA, I can guarantee you that it's going to be as important as winning the championship. To have the NASCAR Mexico Series coming to the Los Angeles race with the Cup Series, it feels like home to me. And if you tell me I'm going to have a chance to compete and fight for a win, I'm up for it.
If you've ever met Daniel Suarez, you immediately become a fan. And it's not just because of his energy and his enthusiasm away from the racetrack. He's been very, very good behind the wheel as well, Michael.
You know, it's been so much fun to watch him come to America. When he won his first truck race, won that Xfinity Championship. I told my friends, I said, Daniel Suarez will win a Cup race one day. He did just that out in Sonoma a couple of years ago, and I hung around and went to Victory Lane to high-five him because I knew it was going to be a great scene for that young man.
And he'll be a favorite tonight, but if he's going to get that checkered flag, he's going to have to earn it, because look who's on the pole. Ruben Garcia Jr., all-time leader when you talk about championships in the NASCAR Mexico Series, and he starts on the pole tonight. Let's go trackside and get the command.
Race fans, this is the moment you have all been waiting for. Are you ready to get this NASCAR Mexico Series race started? Here to give the command to fire the engines, please welcome the president of Music VIP, Isala Gutierrez from Grupo Firmia.
¡Pilotos! ¡Enciendan sus motores!
And with that, we are ready to race. And the NASCAR Mexico Series live from the LA Coliseum.
Hello, I am Jorge de la Parra. I am from Mexico City.
I'm Enrique Vaca for Monterrey, Mexico.
This is Jay Cosillo, driver for number 51 NASCAR Mexico Series.
Hi, my name is Marco Marin. I am from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
Before we get things started, 2024 with the NASCAR Mexico Series, let's rewind to the season ender in 2023. It was an unbelievable race with a great finish. When it was all said and done, Abraham Calderon was able to get the trophy, but the big prize went to Salvador de Alba Jr., who won his second championship in 3 years. For more on Driver 48, let's go to the pits and Josh Sims.
Well, Adam, a tough break for the defending Mexico Series champion, Salvador de Alba Jr. During the first practice session, his throttle hung. He slammed hard into the wall. Too much damage to that 48 car, as you see here. Was not able to get that fixed, so he is out of the race tonight, and I spoke to him just after, and you could sense the disappointment from what happened here. He was just talking about how this race, being able to win it, would mean just as much as either one of those championships he won. Either way, he's still here to take in the event, but he's not doing it from behind the wheel, Adam.
Yeah, Adam, that's a shame. Throttle hung on that car going into the corner, and it just had heavy damage to the right side, so he won't be racing tonight.
Mention the fact Ruben Garcia starts on the pole. Up front with him, the guy that won the season ender last year, Abraham Calderon on row 1.
There you see Danny Suarez back in row 3. Javi Razzo right behind him in that 7.
Hey, up there in row 2, Julio Rayon was really good in practice earlier today in the 55. Keep an eye on him. Jorge Getters in row 8. That's a name we've heard many times over the years racing here in the States, and he's the all-time leader when you talk about starts in the history of the NASCAR Mexico Series. Format tonight, 150 laps. All laps do count, whether they be green or under caution, and they do have a time limit on races in the NASCAR Mexico Series. We're in a 60-minute window tonight.
And we might need all 60 of them, because I'm talking action. We're going to see a lot of pushing and shoving. These racers aren't used to racing on a track this small. This is the smallest track they compete on, so it'll be interesting to see how they're able to adapt and adjust.
I will say, though, when you talk about adapting to this facility, we watched practice earlier today, a couple of 45-minute sessions. They were done in groups, but everybody handled themselves really well.
And a lot of speed. These cars were going just about as fast as the Cup cars did today.
Pace car is off. And we are green with the NASCAR Mexico Series at the LA Coliseum. Garcia inside lane gets the quick jump.
And he was quick in practice, not only on a couple of laps, but he had some really good long run speed, getting a little bit roughed up there. Calderon with a bumper to the back of him.
Calderon, a 2-time series champion in the 2 car.
There's our man Daniel. Check out the left front of that car. It really raises up coming off these corners. A lot of torque under the hood of these race cars. And Daniel didn't have that single lap speed, but Adam, he was one of the best on the longer run. Be interesting to see how he's able to hold up here in the short haul.
22, Santiago Tovar under attack by Suarez. Daniel going to the inside. Battling there for 5th on track. And actually 4th as Suarez jumps up to the 4th position at the start.
Tovar holding him off, and here's a battle for the lead.
Calderon to the inside of Garcia. 2 is on point 4 laps in. Andre Perez in the 1, another driver to watch. Sensational young talent.
Nice move there. Slips right around De La Parra.
Yeah, De La Parra in the 29, someone that really impressed us in practice earlier today. He's never made a start in the NASCAR Mexico Series, but he's been really good in the Challenge Series, 5th in points there a year ago. That's kind of like the Xfinity Series when you talk about NASCAR here in the States. There's a look at the 29 car.
And the 29 driver, 22 years old, out of Mexico City. I like looking at these cars bending around these tight corners, knowing they've got their hands full. I talk about the power. You got to have a lot of finesse to run well here, Adam, because you can't just mat the gas. You got to work it down. This is an interesting scenario for me at this racetrack. You need finesse, but then you got to be aggressive. You got to mix the two.
That's true at any short track, right?
Yeah.
The balance of patience and aggression and how much you finesse versus getting physical. Second place on the line. Perez had a peek on Garcia there.
I think Perez has got the better of him right now. You see a little bump there. Respectfully bumped him, though. Oh, this is a big bump.
That's Jorge Getters.
He's got to feel his way around the inside of this racetrack and get to pit road, and he's able to do so. Must have just bumped somebody enough to mess up the hood pins. See if we can figure out what happened here on a replay. Did he make a little contact into the back there?
It's hard to tell from that angle, but you have to believe there was some contact before the hood came up, although not a lot of front end damage on the Getters car. Lap traffic.
Yeah.
A big factor tonight, huh?
Regina Servent, she's going to the outside. Abrams able to get to the bottom and grab that spot, but they're already going to be, in lap traffic or race traffic all race long. This place is just so small. And fun to watch, though, man. These cars look good out there.
And we did get a report. Getters back on track. They got the hood back down, and he has returned to the field. Marco Marine going a lap down as Calderon drives inside of the 63.
Next up to be fighting to stay on the lead lap, Max Gutierrez. See how long he can hang in there. You can see the battle up ahead of our leader.
And Gutierrez, someone who struggled in practice earlier today, and a driver's name that we've become quite familiar with. We've seen him a number of times running in the Craftsman Truck Series in recent years.
Yeah, top 10 finish at Nashville. Very impressive run he had back in 22. Oh, we got a spinner.
That's Getters that goes around, and the caution is out for the first time tonight. Rough start to the evening for Jorge Getters. The hood was up. He gets that where it needs to be, returns to the field, and then is turned and brings out our first yellow.
A little damage there for our leader. And also notice teammate had a little bit of trouble too. Perez got stuck when Getters went around and had to just sit there. I'll be interested to see if NASCAR will give him his spot back. There's our leader, and there's the spinning 31 of Getters.
And Perez just got trapped.
Yeah, you can't, there's nowhere to go.
Caution on track will step aside. Abraham Calderon leading at the LA Coliseum. Just over 20 laps in for the NASCAR Mexico Series at the LA Coliseum. Abraham Calderon started on the front row. Took the lead at lap 4. He spent 18 laps out front. So let's learn a little more about this 35-year-old who's been impressive so far tonight here at the LA Coliseum.
Born in 1988 in Monterrey, Mexico.
You reading the script over there or what?
And look at that. That's the best thing when you got 2 of those babies. 2 championships.
Got one in 14, did it again 2017. Josh, what's up?
Calderon is teammates tonight with the 99 of Daniel Suarez, and while Suarez is the one in the Cup Series, Calderon actually says they talked before this race and he was helping Daniel get up to speed. He said, remember, Suarez has not raced in the NASCAR Mexico Series for about 10 years, so he was the one helping him get reacclimated to the car, giving him some pointers. He also said, hey, Daniel picked it up really quickly in practice, and having teammates out here tonight, he also said the fact that, hey, if it's between me and Daniel, I love the guy, but I'll bump him out of the way for a win.
Anybody would out there, Josh, I guarantee you. Got the choose rule just took place. They do that with 2 to go here, so they got time to sort it out. And Daniel was 5th, drove up on the outside, so he's going to try his luck out there. You know what I noticed? He came up to speed really quick in practice early today, but he stabilized. And then at the end of the practice session, he was one of the fastest cars. So getting used to the car was probably the key to that.
Let's go back to Perez. When we went to break, he was trapped, right? We're not sure where he's going to fit into this equation. They ruled that he should maintain his position in 3rd. With the choose, he jumps up to the front row for the restart alongside Calderon. Here we go once again.
Ooh, nice restart there. Nice even jump off the green flag. Can he get down? Garcia's got a hold of him.
Somehow Perez hangs on. But Garcia unable to drive through.
Daniel took a chance. Went to the outside. Looks like he's going to be able to grab that 4th position. Oh, he's going to make contact.
And there was contact, but Garcia able to get away. Look at the 28 car. Ruben Reveo, another champion, working that outside lane, trying to drive to the outside of Daniel Suarez.
I like how they make that contact. You can see those hands in there, wheeling those babies. Really get sideways, but not lose control.
Rodrigo Rejon and the 19 making some noise inside of De La Parra.
Just couldn't quite get there.
You know, I'm surprised. We talk about the 19. His brother Julio Rejon, who was so good in practice earlier today, started up front, slid back at the start, currently being scored in the 9th position. So the 55 not where he would like it to be in the early going.
Javi Razzo in that 7. He's heating these 2 up. Had a good practice session. You can see that white car with the black hood. That's Razzo.
We had some fun with that car during practice today.
Yeah, the salty. The salty dog. It's just amazing to me, Adam, how quickly these things pivot. You know, you get to the end of the straightaway, they hang out, and just abruptly they get them to go dead left. Good handling race cars.
But look at Razzo. 51 years old, 4 career wins, but Michael, 3 of those 4 wins have come in the last 2 seasons. So some things do get better with age, including the man behind the wheel of the number 7. He's been impressive in recent years.
He's heating it up. Harry Gant was pretty good after he got to be 50, wasn't he?
I'd say. I hope we all are. You and I have crossed the threshold there.
Yeah, I passed it a few years back. Daniel sizing up Ravello.
He really has been good today. Reveo won the championship back in 2020.
And they've been all watching what Daniel Suarez has accomplished in NASCAR. And I love what Daniel said in his interview earlier. You know, these sponsors are here. The drivers know that team managers are here. If they can do something special here tonight, it could mean a call come tomorrow about some future in NASCAR here in America.
Every driver in the field understands if you can win on this stage, it is big. But no one understands it like Daniel Suarez, who is now on the other side of that success. And while Daniel wants to win tonight, he's rooting for all these other drivers because he knows what could be out in front of them.
Look at this mess up front. They're just getting with it. Getter's night continues to be a struggle as he's getting lapped here.
Calderon, Perez going back and forth. Now Garcia with the bump, jumping to the inside of Perez here. This is the battle for second.
Maybe that 88 is better on the longer haul, and we've run enough laps now where your car could be changing. Your tire pressures come up. The handling is definitely going to be different. Whether it accents your setup or it hurts it, time will tell. Look like Garcia's good now.
And that was the one thing we did notice in practice today. While it was broken up, and we mentioned the fact that it was done in groups, you did see some trends later in that final practice session of drivers maybe that we weren't thinking of early that were making some noise late. So definitely this track is going to change. The tires are going to go through a transformation, and with that we could see some new drivers advancing to the front late in the going.
Last time by, Perez back in the 3rd spot was a little bit faster than our leader and Garcia. So Perez slipping a little bit there and allowed Garcia to make the move, but he's still got a really good car.
Garcia just such a great career with those 22 career wins, but more impressively 4 championships, the most all time. He's only 28 years old, so it's not like he's been around forever. I mean, he's really accomplished a lot in a short period of time.
A lot of contact out there, Adam. See, Lopez has got the left front of his car messed up.
A lot of contact, and we're not even a third of the way through the race. Calderon, Garcia, Perez, Suarez, Rebello, your top 5 from the LA Coliseum for the NASCAR Mexico Series.
Is this the start of a dynasty?
Ryan Blaney is a NASCAR Cup Series champion.
A redemption tour?
Ready to go to work.
Is this the face of a ruthless competitor or a villain?
I'm being your favorite driver.
Is it time for a breakthrough? Let's go! To get back to breaking stuff? Or is this the makings of the wildest ride you'll ever witness? It's all of the above, and it's about to go down. Any questions?
You know, the NASCAR Mexico Series had never raced an all-star event here in the United States. Let's talk, though, about Mexico and their impact on the LA Coliseum. They had the '84 Summer Olympics here, won a couple of gold medals. The 1996 Gold Cup final, beating Brazil, beat the U.S. in 1998 in the Gold Cup. 1-0 the final on that evening.
1 goal. And this guy is on the move. Just made a pass for the 3rd position. Got around Perez, and look at him pulling away. I've been watching the timing and scoring at him. A couple of tenths faster than the leader 2 laps ago.
This is what we saw in practice earlier today, right? I mean, he's got better and better as the day went on. Let's go down to Josh.
And let's get an update on the one of Andres Perez. And he's no stranger to racing here in the States. Last year, he was in the ARCA series, and in this rookie season there, he finished 2nd in the points. And he said all the time behind the seats has been super crucial for his growth. He's a guy that a lot of his teammates believe in. He said he learned a lot about his racing craft last season. And he said this event here tonight is important for him after practice. He said, I feel really good about this car. We need a few more adjustments, and we are going to be really good tonight. And he's showing that out there right now as he's running 4th, guys.
Yeah, Josh, he was so impressive when it comes to competing in ARCA a year ago, but he was great in the NASCAR Mexico Series as well. 10 top 10 finishes in 12 races got him Rookie of the Year honors. He's only 18. I feel like we're going to be talking a lot about Andre Perez for many years to come.
We're going to talk a lot about Kevin Harvick, too.
Yeah, we are.
Fox teammate. Got the documentary coming up. There's Andres. 18 years old. How about that?
Got our 2nd caution of the night. Ah, it's too bad. Ruben Rebello. He was up inside the top 5. Actually was scored 6th when he got involved in an incident.
He's just waiting for traffic to pass by. It's tight quarters out there, Adam. You can't get turned around just on a dime. Look at the damage to the front of Tovar's car. Pushing, shoving, just like we expected.
What are the chances you leave here clean tonight, huh?
0.
Caution number 2 of the night. So far, it has been the Abraham Calderon show. He's led all but 3 laps. Mentioned off the top of the show tonight, NASCAR Mexico Series racing in the U.S. for the first time in 9 years. Did you know, Michael, traveling from Mexico City to Los Angeles, 1,900 miles and change, that's the furthest they've ever competed from their home base.
And this has got to be a special trip for them. Just getting to come to LA, this iconic venue, and racing their cars. What a great night.
I just remember the reaction we had coming here 2 years ago for the first time to run the Clash. Such a special place is the LA Coliseum. February 15th on FS1. Catch the Fox Sports original I Am Kevin Harvick, a documentary taking you through the legendary career on and off the track of a NASCAR great, Kevin Harvick. We look forward to that. You were talking about it prior to the break. It's great that he's on our team now, but he's going to be missed on track.
And I'm telling you, that story is so captivating. The role he was pushed into, and the success he had, the job he did after having to step into the Richard Childress car after Dale's tragedy, and then wins third or fourth time out in it, and just a Hall of Fame career. I have so much respect for that man, and I think we're all really blessed and honored that he's our teammate here at Fox.
And that February 15th, 10 p.m., that's after the duel at Daytona. So watch a little racing, set the field for the Daytona 500, and then watch the documentary with Harvick. Suarez takes the outside lane here on the choose. He's outside of Calderon. They're battling for the lead as we get the green flag.
Oh, can he get inside of Garcia? Yes.
Net gain.
Well, there's a bit of push. Does he keep his net gain?
For the time being. There he is. He settles out into second. Side by side for the fourth position.
You know, when practice started, Adam, we were a little bit concerned about the pace of the 99. And Daniel wasn't quite as fast as we thought he would be, but then as practice ended, as I said earlier, he had it all together, and now look at him.
Perez, Tovar racing for fourth. 22 getting aggressive right behind them. Jorge De La Parra.
De La Parra with a strong practice earlier today, as you mentioned, and we're rubbing and we're racing.
Tovar looks good. Driving that 22. For position, Garcia driving underneath the 88 of Daniel Suarez. Contact.
I don't think Daniel meant to turn the 88 sideways. He's just trying to squeeze in a hole. That tells you how important every inch of track position is, and Daniel had to try to get down as quick as he could.
99 Suarez, 88 Garcia, 22 is Tovar, all battling inside the top 5.
And just driving off right now after getting his tires cooled off a bit in that caution flag is Calderon. He's just really laying down some solid lap times, running faster now than he did earlier in the race.
Did his job earlier today, earned that front row starting spot, or earned a starting position up front, and once he got through and got the lead, he really has managed this race quite nicely. As we hit the midway point, halfway home, 75 of 150 laps complete.
No, and if I'm Calderon now, I'm just going to have an eye in the mirror and just take care of those tires. Don't want to turn it sideways. Don't want to drive off too far. Burn up your stuff and not have something for later. That's something that he really needs to keep in mind. What about that? Things happen in a hurry here, don't he? 72 to 7. We're past halfway, Adam.
Yeah.
Feels like we just got rolling.
Well, and so far, knock on wood, been a very clean race. Only a pair of cautions.
And a very competitive race. A lot of side-by-side battles, as we see here, off turn 2.
Coliseo de Mayuga doing battle. 67, Enrique de Mayuga. And Jake Coliseo in the 51.
Coliseo with a bump. That was more than a bump. That was a hit.
And right behind him, moving through the 9, that's the Falcon, Eloy Sebastian Lopez.
And the Falcon is fast. He's able to keep pace. Holding a nice wheel right there.
Eloy only 18 years old. So another one of those young drivers with a big opportunity in front of him here this weekend.
Look at that left front. Got it a little bit bent in there.
Rogelio Lopez in the 6.
Oh, tried to squeeze down in front of Max Gutierrez, and Max wasn't having any of it. D'Alba behind this battle. Oh, that's going to be contact.
Rodrigo Rayon in the 19.
You know what I've learned, Adam? You better hit somebody really hard if you want to spin them out, because these boys can save these cars, get them knocked sideways, and just keep on digging.
This is the back portion of the top 10 as we go back to the front with Calderon, who once again is working his way toward the tail end of the field. Regina Servent going to go a lap down.
Fastest car on the track last time was Garcia Jr. A couple of tenths better than our leader.
Servant actually multiple laps down now. Excuse me, Michael.
Lap traffic's playing a role in that, but really fast lap times right now by Garcia.
Well, you mentioned when you have a lead like he has, you want to make sure and take care of your equipment. And now he's in a position where that patience can pay off, because you got a better race car. Pull away a little bit and work through this lap traffic maybe a little bit easier than those ones behind you, as he goes to the backside of Jorge Getters and will no problem get around the 31.
Battles all over this racetrack. As you can see, that lead was just about a straightaway earlier. Now down to just a few car lengths.
And does the lap traffic open the door for Garcia and Suarez? Maybe their car just a little bit better at handling this situation. We will see.
Look at the Falcon going 3 wide. This is entertaining racing. Guys being very aggressive.
This battle here just outside the top 10.
See him lock up that left front tire and slid up the hill, but is able to retain his position. And there's the battle for the lead. Every lap car you catch, Adam, gets a little bit more difficult to get around. They're running up toward the top 10.
That's Marco Marine in the 63. Calderon having a little bit of trouble with him, so Garcia is now just off the back bumper of that 2 car as we close in on lap 100.
Nice run off turn 2 there by Abram. Really can see the grip that car has. This is a difficult job. Talked about the power under the hood, and now these tires heating up, wanting to really slide out from underneath of them. Every lap, their job as a driver gets more and more difficult. I talked about aggression and finesse. Now we're starting to use even more finesse as these tires heat up.
Saw Perez in the 1 flash across your screen. He's running 5th. Battle for the lead. Garcia inside of Calderon.
That happened in a hurry, didn't it?
It did.
Was able just to really dive into the corner. Now can he complete the pass? Looks like so. Daniel Suarez is watching this closely.
He's loving what he's seeing because the door is open for him. Couldn't quite get to the inside of Calderon. New race leader, Ruben Garcia Jr.
I think Daniel Suarez liked everything he was seeing there. Those cars battling side by side. He was able to catch right up to him. Now, can he dispose of the 2 car? Hear those tires squalling.
And seeing the contact. Calderon hitting him from behind. Little chain reaction. Suarez getting in there.
Oh, squeeze job there off turn 2.
28, Ruben Riveo. And here's Suarez for 2nd.
Made it look easy. Was able to squeeze in there. We talked about Abraham driving away. Was he taking care of those tires enough? It looks like he's really starting to fade now. Tell you who is picking them up, putting them down. That's Garcia Jr. right now. He quickly has driven off to a half straightaway lead.
Going to be 50 laps to go next time around. 14 cars on the lead lap, led by Ruben Garcia Jr. as we revisit the battle for 2nd.
Look at that rear brake. Usually you see the right front brake rotor that high, but on the 2 car, it's his left rear. That's different.
Abraham Calderon back up to 2nd place as he's able to get back by Daniel Suarez. So it's Garcia, Calderon, Suarez, Tovar, and Perez, your top 5. Inside of 50 laps to go. 40 laps to go at the LA Coliseum for the NASCAR Mexico Series with Michael Waltrip. I'm Adam Alexander. Ruben Garcia Jr., 4-time series champion, leading the way.
Showing him why he's a 4-time champion.
Flexing those muscles, isn't he?
Getting it done.
Suarez is back to 2nd. He and Calderon have traded that runner-up position several times here recently, and spinning out is Perez, 3rd caution of the night.
Oh man, he was in the top 5. Some sort of ruckus went on there down in turn 1.
He was 5th. I don't know what his average running position is tonight, but gotta be probably 4 or 5, because he spent a lot of time inside the top 5 as we go back, take a peek at what happened. Little help from De La Parra there.
De La Parra got him. Must have caught him just right. We've seen bigger contact than that and not cause a spin, but that's just heartbreaking for the one of Perez. You could see he was really cutting it left and just got hit in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Average running position was 4th. Unfortunately for Perez, going to have to come from behind if he's going to get it done tonight. Garcia leads under caution, 37 to go in Los Angeles. The biggest day in racing just got bigger as Grand Marshal Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will kick off the Daytona 500. The Great American Race returns February 18th, only on Fox.
It's my favorite day of the year, Adam, the Daytona 500.
There are 2 days. It was really your favorite day because you've won the Harley J. Earl on a pair of occasions. Under caution, 34 laps to go. Let's go to Josh.
And down here with Jorge Getters, and Jorge, obviously, it was a rough evening out here. What was going on out there? And it sounds like you still enjoyed the experience, as you told me.
Yeah, I don't know, it's frustrating to have heat problems in the brakes. I was trying to keep it cold and try to be smooth in my driving. So when I start to push and bump it to have brakes, I said, oh, I am in a problem. So I tried to take care of the car and try to make some laps with no brakes and then start to fire. So I have to go in, and that's it for me.
What was the experience like overall coming to LA and being here at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum for a race?
Wow, for me it's like, you know, a lot of history because my first time here was in the AMA Supercross like in the 80s, and I came here to watch and I love it. And then when I have the opportunity to be part of the NASCAR Mexico Series and be here, for me was like a dream come true.
Well, appreciate your time and glad you're okay.
Getters, 53 years old, 239 starts in the NASCAR Mexico Series. Garcia inside of Suarez for the restart, 31 to go.
Nice even start there. We know how fast that 2 is. Going to try to fill the hole before Daniel can get down. Will it work? Daniel does his job. Gets to the bottom. He's going to make contact.
For the lead, Suarez going to the inside of Garcia.
Suarez to the lead.
Daniel Suarez on point here in Los Angeles, nearly 3 wide for 3rd. Calderon getting aggressive.
Lopez from the back, all the way in, battling for a spot in the top 5.
Yeah, Rogelio Lopez in the 6th, started 19th, worked his way up to the front.
Look at Garcia.
Javi Razzo
keeps getting bounced around.
88 going in the wrong direction. Restarted, front row. He is now faded outside the top 10.
He's got some sort of issue.
Suarez leading with 27 laps remaining.
And he's got a nice lead.
Santiago Tovar in 2nd, his best running position of the night. Max Gutierrez is now up to 3rd in the running order. Calderon trying to come back to the front after a rough restart. He's now 4th.
Dominant car of the night has gone to the pit area, and there goes the 7 around with big contact to that rear bumper.
Javi Razzo going to bring out our 4th caution of the night.
Razzo was doing a great job. I think Garcia must have had something go wrong with the right rear of that car. He just got really loose and took it straight to the garage. Razzo with a great run in the salty donuts and coffee vibes.
Top 5 when he went for a ride. There's Garcia.
Are they addressing that right rear tire, possibly? Yeah, there it goes, flat tire.
All these teams have 3 crew members on the infield.
These guys were battling fiercely.
14 is Alex de Alba. He won the Challenge Series championship last year. I'll tell you, Perez was lucky to get through that.
I think the 6 of Lopez just got into the back of the 7, and around he goes. There's the good view of it. And look at that contact into the side of Perez's car. The 1, he gets clobbered here by the 6 rear bumper. Bam.
Closing in on 20 laps remaining. Suarez out in front of Tovar, Gutierrez, Calderon, and de Alba. We're back to the LA Coliseum in a moment. The 88, Ruben Garcia Jr. Boy, he was having such a good night. Led 29 laps, but had an issue on that last restart, Mike.
Yeah, I think contact there with the two of Calderon flattened his right rear tire. As you can see, he's headed to the pits there. He's got a flat tire, and that's ended his night.
They did get a new tire on that car. 17th now, but 3 laps down with 20 to go.
What a fast car it was, too. That's a shame. Just great, hard racing back there. I mean, he's running in the lead and just got clipped by Daniel, and then everybody just attacked at that point.
Calderon has led the most laps tonight. On the choose, he will go to the outside of race leader Daniel Suarez. And when we return to the green flag, there will be 18 laps remaining.
Good start by the two on the outside. Slides a tire there. You see the smoke. Tovar trying to get a position on the inside.
He's taking advantage.
Oh, and Tovar overshoots the corner.
Calderon goes wide. He's losing a ton of positions. Suarez jumps out front, 17 to go.
What about Aurelio Lopez? Started 19th. He's all the way up to battling for that 3rd position.
And Gutierrez has been quiet, but he too has a spot inside the top 5. Put him in 3rd.
Nice job, Max.
Alex de Alba doing some good things in the 14 late in this race.
Oh, trouble.
What is it about restarting on the front row? Garcia had it, and now Calderon has the flat tire in the 2 car. He's led 92 laps tonight as Calderon.
That's been a fast car. Won't happen tonight, though.
Safely pulls it to the infield with 15 laps to go in this race.
There's that 23 of Max Gutierrez. Doing a nice job catching a battle there with De Alba.
De Alba there in 4th, trying to jump to the inside.
I think he's got him. And Lopez going to try to follow along in his tire tracks.
How good is Rogelio Lopez been
That's
tonight?
awesome.
Qualified 19th, and here he is late in the race, working up to the 4th position. Jake Coliseo making some noise late as well in the 51.
He's got a lot of speed off the corner, and he's going to spin.
Gutierrez goes around. Caution number 5 as the 23 goes for a ride off the front end of Jake Coliseo.
You know what happens, Adam, when you block somebody, you put yourself in jeopardy. You know, you make a big block, and somebody can say, I'm not taking that block. And you can see that's what happens here. Nice run up off the corner by Coliseo, and then right down to the bottom goes Gutierrez, and Coliseo said, I got to hit you in the back, buddy.
The patience has squeezed here in the last 15 or 20 laps, hasn't it?
You're not surprised, are you?
I'm not surprised, and I would say it's going to squeeze a little more because the next time we see the green flag, we're going to have less than 10 laps to go in this race. A win for fans and a win for football as the USFL and XFL merger is official. The United Football League will begin play March 30th with the USFL champion Birmingham Stallions taking on the XFL champ Arlington Renegades. The United Football League this spring on ABC, ESPN, Fox, and FS1. Spring just got stronger.
The UFL.
Remember when football used to be in the fall, and now it's year-round. Whether you're talking about the National Football League and the combine and the draft and free agency and all that goes into the off-season, or what we have now with the various leagues that have popped up and now the UFL, which is going to be outstanding to have on the Fox family of networks. Let's look back at what's happened as the NASCAR Mexico Series makes its debut here at the LA Coliseum. Abraham Calderon was strong. Jorge Getters, though, has had a long night, Michael.
He certainly has. Got to talk to him, and you could feel the passion for this event. But he's not feeling the love for this event right there as he gets spun around.
He's going to finish 21st. Ruben Rivera went for a ride. So did Perez, although Andres Perez has come back and is running 6th right now.
Suarez swings to the bottom and makes the pass on Ruben Garcia. Garcia Jr. then had his whirled in, and around goes with contact there. Javi Razzo.
He was running top 5, and Michael, with the cautions we've had, he's back up to 7th. And Max Gutierrez, who also had made his way to the top 5, has brought out our most recent caution. He's shown 10th right now, the final car on the lead lap.
A lot of smiles from the fans in the stands here today. Everybody enjoying these races.
7 lead changes in this race among 3 different drivers. I mentioned the 10 cars on the lead lap, and we're under caution for the 5th time. They do have overtime.
They do. 3 attempts at it if we need them.
In the NASCAR Mexico Series, so we may not be done in 7 or 8 laps.
I talked about the fun in the stands. Look at those smiling race fans. Daniel Suarez talked about the importance of winning this race. He can see, can visualize it right now, out front late.
Suarez on the inside, Alex de Alba on the outside. That's row 1. We'll go green with 6 laps remaining in regulation.
See how the launch goes. Daniel with a good jump, but he's got company.
Tovar right there, jumping inside of de Alba in the 22.
And from what I've seen, they have bumpers and they're not afraid to use them.
Lopez and Perez with some contact back there, 5 to go.
Daniel's thinking, just keep them straight, boys. Let's finish this thing up.
Suarez with a nice restart.
Oh, Tovar with a big dive.
Got tight there in turns 3 and 4.
Great view up off the corner, showing these guys battling those race cars, trying to keep them straight.
3 remaining for Daniel Suarez.
They didn't start too great for Daniel.
He's quiet in practice, but got better and better, and kind of been that way in the race as well. 2 to go.
He's got it.
Suarez with a nice advantage through turns 3 and 4. He'll see the white flag this time around. What a weekend for Daniel Suarez. Back to his roots and back to victory lane. Daniel Suarez wins in the NASCAR Mexico Series at the LA Coliseum.
All right. Nice job, Daniel. Quickly drops that window net. It's a good-looking Quaker State race car, too. Pretty clean as well. Adam, you can tell his experience, was able to kind of bend up the right front there. That happens on short track racing, shoving your way into toward the front.
Well, I know the Clash didn't go the way he wanted it on the Cup side, but this is a win he won't soon forget. A special evening for Daniel Suarez. "32 years old, from Monterrey, Mexico.
That is beautiful.
Means a lot to Daniel. Means a lot to that crew as well.
That's right. His crew chief is a team engineer on his Cup side, and Daniel at the press conference the other day said, "Don't mess this up."
No pressure.
And obviously, he didn't mess it up. I was really surprised at the start of practice. We were concerned with the speed and the pace. I think he was 14th in his first run.
I just anticipated, with the experience he's had here the last couple of years in a Cup car, that he could come here and be dominant. He was not. Had to roll his sleeves up and go to work. But he progressed throughout the day, throughout the evening, ultimately leading just shy of 30 laps, but he led the last one and gains the checkered flag. How about it, Josh?
Well, how about that? Daniel Suarez. You know, Daniel, as he takes his helmet off and celebrates this big-time win, you failed to make the main event in the Clash earlier today. You used that fuel to bounce back and come back and get the win here at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. In your return to the NASCAR Mexico Series, what does this mean?
Man, this really means a lot, you know. Thank you, fans, for coming last minute. Thank you so much. This really means a lot. You know, the people that know me, they know that that this race means a lot to me. You know, all these drivers, all this team, my old team. You know, I grew up with this team. You know, if it wasn't for this series, NASCAR Mexico, I wouldn't be in the Cup Series today. So, thank you, NASCAR Mexico. Thank you, all the drivers. Thank you, the fans. You make me feel like home.
Daniel, you talked about the competition going into this race. There was pressure on you to win this thing because all those other drivers, they wanted to beat you. What did it take, and what did you see from the other young and older drivers as well out there?
Let me tell you, man, it wasn't easy. I didn't feel like we're the fastest car out there. I think that Ruben with the 88, Abraham with the 2-car, those guys were faster than me. But I knew that I didn't have the raw speed to beat them, so I needed to be smart and save my tires, save my brakes for the long run, and luckily pay off.
Congrats, Daniel.
Thank you, Josh. It's been 3,409 days since Daniel Suarez last won in the NASCAR Mexico Series.
And that was an impressive run. Used his experience, he said, saved his tires, saved his brakes, and made sure that he was ready for the end of this race.
Now we'll look at our final results. Some names that we didn't see early that rallied to the front late in the event.
Yeah, and we saw Max Gutierrez there in the 9th position, spin around late, still got a top 10. Enrique Baca rounds out the top 10.
Well, Perez as well. Think about how many times he got knocked around on track. Ends up in the 8th position. Rogelio Lopez started 19th, ends up inside the top 5. Ruben Reveo was a player for a while, but he ends up 12th. Garcia was 16th, Calderon 17th, and Daniel talked about how strong those cars were, but both having problems in the race. So that will do it for our coverage here in LA. We look ahead now to Daytona, Craftsman Truck Series, Friday night, February 16th. Coverage starts at 7:30. You got the ARCA race on Saturday. Xfinity opening up 2024 Saturday as well, and Sunday the 18th, the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. It was a good night here at the LA Coliseum. Had the Clash, had the NASCAR Mexico Series, and it was Daniel Suarez who got it done. With Michael Waltrip and Josh Sims, I'm Adam Alexander. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.